welcome back to the podcast.
Constant Pivot Pod.
The Constant Pivot Podcast. Thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, welcome back. I'm Mark Shepard. This is my partner, Chris Shepard.
I'm Shane Ogden.
Today we have Shane Ogden with us.
That's right.
Shane Ogden.
Today we have the illustrious Shane Ogden.
Yes. Well, you know, he's also an agent on our real estate team, which is phenomenal. So we're thrilled to have him on for that. And the timing of today's podcast with the mega site drama going on in this area.
Right.
I thought it'd be great.
Shane happens to wear another hat.
He does wear another hat as part of Mt Orb's council.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. My big seasoned council member with my 2+ years experience.
Yes.
And the most seniority on the council. So
Yeah. With all this going on, we were excited to have you on today. But before we get into that, what have you been into?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of teaching, a little bit of real estate, a little bit of basketball.
That's another hat there, teacher.
Yes.
So you're fully involved in the community.
Yep.
What do you teach?
I'm a social studies teacher teaching language arts at this time.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so-
studies.
Language
Yeah.
arts.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And luckily, it's a scripted program for the most part. So
Okay.
I told him when I got the job, I don't even speak right. You want me teaching language arts?
Right. So it's funny you say that because we've all got one of these.
Yes.
The black mirrors. Yeah. And everybody that I talk to, at least locally here, says, an iPhone Siri doesn't speak Southwest Ohio.
No, I would agree.
Right.
Brown County Ease is not a language.
It's not a language that
people outside of our area. I remember when I went to college, I was at Miami up in Oxford, and everybody kept saying that I was a Southerner. Like, where are you from?
Whenever you go. A little bit north.
Where are you from?
Yeah, they think you're from Kentucky at least,
Right.
if not further south.
I was like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm
I've heard
north
that
of the
for
Mason-Dixon
years.
line.
You sound from, some kind of hillbilly accent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now, where I went to college at,
Yeah.
in between Hazard and Prestonsburg, Kentucky.
I was just saying, Lindsey Wilson, is that where you went?
So it was called Alice Lloyd College.
Alice Lloyd, that's
yeah.
it.
It's a smaller school. It was at that point in time the same size as Western Brown High School. The college itself
kidding.
was. They have their own language down there, and depending on what county you're from, you have your own dialect. And so down there, I was a city slicker.
Right.
Yeah. So it was kind of a
Shane
polar
the city
opposite.
slicker.
Yes, exactly.
It's all relative, right?
Yeah.
It is all relative. So is there a good chance? What grade do you teach?
7th grade.
Good chance them kids are going to watch this?
I've had several kids let me know at the meeting on Tuesday night that was live streamed. Yeah, I had several kids say, my parents were watching you
And
on
they saw
TV
your
last
left
night.
ear.
Yes, exactly.
They saw
That's all
your
they saw of
left
me. I had one person ask,
They were like, get a Q-tip.
ask her daughter, it's like,
Camera was just running right down his side.
why was Shane wearing a disguise? And she's like, what are you talking about? Because she hadn't seen me in probably a year, and I got the stash now. And people that have not seen me in the last 6 months.
The Reno 911 Ogden.
Yeah, so she thought I was wearing a fake mustache at the meeting.
She thought that was fake.
Yes.
I'm here to tell you, it looks pretty legit to me.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. It's even better when he wears his short khaki shorts, around the neighborhood up there.
Yeah.
Because Shane lives in Beacon Hill in Mount Orab, Ohio.
Yeah, Officer Dangler.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it.
Dingle dangle.
Something like that,
Yeah.
So a bunch of 7th graders are going to see your podcast. Is there anything you want them to know? Anything you want them to say to them?
Not necessarily. I have good rapport. I have great rapport with my kids.
I can't imagine that.
They're all fun. Dude, I have a fantastic group this year. I mean, they're awesome kids.
Have you been 7th grade for some time, or?
So at Felicity, I taught for 21 years. My first 9 years was in the 5th grade. After that, my last 12 at Felicity were 8th grade. The last year it was 8th grade and 7th grade. And since I moved to Mt Orab 3 years ago, first year I was in 6th grade, and these last two I've been in 7th.
Okay. So 21 years. You have had kids in school that are now at the council meetings tearing you up.
I've not had any of them. Yeah, I've not had any former students show up yet. No. But I have seen some parents.
Yeah. That you had in school that they're upset with the mega site?
Not necessarily at the council meetings, but I've ran into parents of former students
Yeah.
A lot of basketball games I run into former students that now have kids that are close to my youngest son's age.
Yeah.
And so I see them at a lot of Pee Wee basketball games, and it's just crazy to see them now as adults with kids of their own, and it's really cool.
Yeah. So in a former life, I substitute taught and coached at Western for 12 years.
Okay.
And I'll never forget, I was straight out of the military when I started, 25 years old. And, I was there for 12 years. So towards the end of my tenure, I was 36, 37 years old. And I was at a high school football game one night, and this grown-ass man comes up to me with a beard, and he's a 30-year-old man, and he's like, Coach Shep, what the hell's going on? High-fiving me and stuff. Yeah. And I was sitting there thinking, did I have his kid in school? And that's when I was like, oh.
You had him.
I had him in school.
Yeah.
This grown-ass man was one of my students, and that was the first time that it hit me like, oh, I've been doing this for a minute.
Yep.
He was an 18-year-old senior, and fast forward 12 years, that made him 30 years old. He had, 5, 6-year-old kids with him and everything. He was an adult.
Yeah.
That definition means you're old.
I wasn't going to say it because I get told that all the time.
We refer to him as our nerd.
I know. He's a young pup.
Have you gotten to readers yet?
I have a pair, and I reluctantly wear them.
Oh, okay.
I try. I still have a bit of pride there. So
yeah, those look fantastic with the stash and the shorts.
Oh yeah.
With his Navy SEAL shorts.
Right. GDT shorts.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome. In the mornings, if I need to look at my phone for something, sometimes I have to because it's a little bit blurry. But yeah, I try to refrain from wearing them as much as possible.
Oh yeah, I don't even hide it. I'm far past that. I've got them hidden in the car, my wife's purse. I've got pairs hidden everywhere.
He's got them in my car.
Yeah. So I lose them so often that when I'm mowing the grass, or not that I mow the grass a whole lot, but when I'm out walking around the farm or something, I'll find glasses laying in the ground. It's happened 4 or 5 times. I'm like, oh crap, those must have fell off my head.
My wife's 4 years younger than me, and she recently bought a pair of readers.
Oh, really?
So
wow. And that's amazing because she looks like she's 15 years younger than you.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I love to tease her about it because I won't wear them in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? You don't wear them in front of her?
Not, yeah.
Right. You don't want to give her any.
If somebody said, I take them off real quick.
Oh, yeah. Kelly has set some of my pairs on her side over there, so she's starting to wear them now, too.
Yeah.
I will never succumb.
Oh, yeah. I hear you until
Start holding stuff further and further away.
I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what else are you going to do in a bathroom? Can't see your phone. Pick up some readers real quick.
If you're talking about his phone or what.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. Yeah, you'll be on there. So that's pretty good. So we're a little short on time, so I'm going to rush you a little bit.
Yeah, we're good.
We're dying to get into the mega site stuff.
Yeah, everyone is.
You're very involved.
I wish I knew more about the mega site, and I'm on council.
I mean, yeah. Well, you know more about the ADAs.
Yeah.
Okay, so as we were talking about this, and we had another guest on an earlier podcast, Jessica Adams Baker, and she's great. She's done a ton of research on the mega site, how we got here.
Okay.
The part, for me, as you're talking through this, explain it like I'm 5 years old. Explain it like, okay.
Or give him a chat GPT prompt. Act as if you are a world-class Mt Orab Town Council member and explain it to us
realtor,
like we're idiots.
Like we are. Yeah. Break it down like we're 5.
Chat GPT prompts.
How does the ADA process happen? How did that happen?
The NDA themselves.
Yeah, NDA.
So basically, when I signed the NDA, I had the least experience of any other council member at the point in time.
And now you're the veteran.
Now I'm the veteran.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny how a year changes things.
Yes. A couple weeks.
Yeah.
Hey, Brown County, Mount Orab especially, life moves fast.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
We've seen that.
And
That's right, Ferris Bueller.
You could go from 0 to
life comes at you fast.
Quick.
But the NDA, so basically it was presented, and I don't feel like I was by any way, shape, or form forced to sign it or coerced to sign it. It was basically, hey, the company that purchased the mega site is requesting you guys sign an NDA so you can be in on the conversations and negotiations and stuff like that moving forward. I didn't think anything about it. I like, okay, signed it.
Yeah, standard.
And
This
must be standard practice.
Yep.
I don't know any different.
Right.
And I definitely didn't think I was doing an injustice to any of the community members or the general public.
Yeah.
I would
imagine not, since you have to be out around them teaching, coaching basketball.
Right.
You're very public.
And you live and work in the community.
Oh,
yeah, and I live in Beacon Hill, so this mega site is my backyard.
Right.
So I want to know what's going on.
You're
there.
actually probably one of the 50 closest houses
to
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're in Beacon.
So,
and you're not trying to get beat up in Kroger.
No, exactly. So the reason for signing it was to be in on the conversations, to make decisions that I think is best for our community. And that's why I signed it. Because without signing it, I wouldn't be in those conversations. I wouldn't be able to make decisions because I wouldn't be able to have knowledge moving forward. And right now there is minimal knowledge. Anyone that has lived anywhere around Mount Orab, and maybe even further out than that, has known for a very long time something major is going to go in on that piece of land.
We talked about that with Jessica yesterday. Yeah. Like the idea that they didn't know that big mega site was there, that it was 1,000 acres. And I mean, when we were out of high school, they were trying to turn it into Hyundai.
Yes. When Dad was still Brown County Commissioner.
Yep.
So the early 2000s, the Hyundai plant, we were second place. We were very, very close to landing that. They ended up going to Georgetown, Kentucky.
Was it George? I thought it was down in Alabama.
No, I think they went to Georgetown, Kentucky.
Because when I go down I-65 going towards the Panhandle of Florida, there's that Hyundai plant on the left in Alabama, like right past the Rocket when you cross I-65 past Buc-ee's. I thought that was the one that we were competing.
If memory serves me right, it went to Georgetown, Kentucky. Okay. I would have to look that up to verify that. But if memory serves me right.
Yeah, but we were on the 1 yard line and thought that Mount Orab was going to be Hyundai.
And if that would have went in, Mount Orab would have already blown up.
Animal.
And then there was the whole Walmart project that was supposed to go in. Yeah. And that was supposed to be close to where Southern State's located.
Yeah.
And that was right before the 07-08 bust.
So was that a Walmart store?
To my knowledge and conversations that I had almost 20 years ago now.
Gotcha.
I hadn't caught wind of that. This is new.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I don't know any of the details as far as the negotiations, why it fell through, what happened. I don't know any of that. I just remember being told that Walmart was planning on building a store at that location.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's just going to be like a distribution center from what I know, it was just going to be a regular Walmart.
Walmart wasn't quiet about it.
Right.
Well, and you think
We're coming, we don't care what you think. Here we go.
They should have had everybody sign NDAs, dumbasses.
Yeah. Right. Well, and so back to the NDAs. From what I've told from people in other businesses, is that NDAs it's a common practice. I mean, research it is a common practice.
Yeah.
And I understand these companies want to secure their information, and as far as how they handle business, what they're doing. I do agree that once they secure the land, it would be nice if the general public could know at least what type of business is coming in.
I made this point in a different pod with Jessica that.
But
they've already closed on the property.
But it's very difficult. Right? Yeah.
You can't unclose on the property. They're not going to sell it back.
No, right. Yeah.
So at this point, I mean.
But it's very difficult for.
How long do they got to keep transparency for? What's the line of demarcation where they're allowed to?
And to my knowledge, that's totally up to them at this point, right?
Yeah. Once they own it, I mean, they could sit on it for 50 years if they wanted.
Yeah. I mean, and I will also say, no one has financially gained from this whatsoever that is on the council.
Okay.
I have not.
Oh, so they didn't come in. It's not NIL.
Hold on, there's some landowners.
It's not NIL.
It wasn't NIL. They didn't come in and just stroke big fat 7-digit checks to you all.
Yeah, I wouldn't be teaching.
Well, there are some landowners
I thought it was like
that
the
do pretty
Powerball.
well. So I have this question though: how did we get the price that they paid for the mega site? How does that get arrived at?
So that's negotiated between them.
I mean, that's higher
per
acre than anything that I'm aware of that's sold around here.
And people are worried about whatever's going in hurting the value of their homes. What do you think that just did?
Yeah, it's strange because some of that's still behind the veil of NDA and stuff like that.
Until that's all transparent.
Yeah, I mean, those sales weren't necessarily recorded like on the MLS.
Yeah, even on the auditor site, it doesn't. Give
You've
the
got to
sale
do some
amount.
extensive research, some digging to get a ballpark idea of what it all sold for.
And I wouldn't think, the mega site is zoned industrial, right?
Yes.
Okay, so typically you're not going to have a residential neighborhood that's going to go gangbuster sitting outside an industrial site. Mm-hmm. So I can't imagine, you live there in Beacon. I'm not sure how that's going to do for you or not. I don't know.
When's your house going on the market?
We signed the. No, I'm joking.
Really, but I don't know what that looks like.
To be clear, Shane is not selling.
I am not selling my
his
house.
He's staying right
No
there.
intention to.
Yeah.
But the thing is it'll be all the ancillary businesses and services that come to support that may drive growth and economic growth around the village and in the county. Potentially.
That's another complaint I hear from the general public is that, man, this is going to ruin small town Mount Orab. Mm-hmm. Well, at the next census, we're going to be a city.
Yeah.
Right.
Our population, we're growing. We're going to continue to grow. Location, right? Yeah. Yep. We have the perfect location. How many people have you talked to from further east and they say, I don't want to go any closer to the city than Mount Orab?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you talk to people from the city,
west, they say, I don't want to go any further
east than Mount Orab. We're that perfect spot.
Yep.
We are. We're going to continue to grow. And what we want to do, obviously, is see growth that benefits the community but growth is going to happen here.
It is.
Mount Orab is not going to be it's not right now. And in 10 years from now, it's not going to be the same Mount Orab it is right
Has anybody seen Dublin? Right outside of Cincinnati or Columbus?
Yeah.
Their economic boom over the last 25 years is insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Mount Orab. I mean, I was gone a long time and coming back to Mount Orab. I currently live in Georgetown. Our place is in Georgetown. And when I left here for the military, Georgetown and Mount Orab were probably about the same level.
Probably similar.
I would say Georgetown was probably bigger.
Dude, when I was in high school,
Georgetown had a hospital.
You went to Georgetown
freaking hospital
after basketball games, and you went to Pizza Hut in Georgetown.
Oh,
that's right.
Georgetown's where you went.
I tell my kids that, no, this used to be a cool town, and they're
It's 125.
Like, what?
It's 125.
Yeah. Somebody messed it up along the way, and Mount Orab outgrew them. And now seeing Mount Orab and the growth there.
Well,
the area we're talking about
outside of Mount Orab.
In Bardwell.
In Bardwell.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bardwell.
Yeah. We know that area.
And now that's basically La Rosa's backyard.
Yeah.
Inside of Mount Orab.
Yeah.
Mount Orab has grown to the point where Bardwell is inside the city limits of Mount Orab.
And I don't understand as far as totally what properties were annexed and what properties weren't annexed.
Yeah.
Because when you look at the map, I'm like, why didn't that, and that get included in the village?
We were having this discussion the other day.
And so there's some of those things that don't make sense. And I mean, obviously these are some concerns, and I'm sure in the future those properties will.
We'll bring you back in sometime. Maybe you can tell us what's happening with those.
So it's funny, out by Bardwell now, Dairy Queen's over there. Mark and I, we cruise through there every day to get an ice cream.
We do damage on ice cream. So I'm telling you, listen, if that Dairy Queen would have been out in that area when we were growing
I never
up,
would have made weight. Right. Instead of 135, I would have been a 165.
He'd have been a 5'6" heavyweight.
Yeah.
Right?
And like you guys, I've always lived in the 45154 zip.
Yeah.
Where I grew up was Locust Ridge.
Yeah, Locust Ridge.
Okay, so you're in between Hamersville and Mount Orab.
Out in
Ogdenville.
Ogdenville.
Dad was a big Locust Ridge guy. So you got to say you're from Locust Ridge, not in between Hamersville and Mount Orab. But you actually got to say that.
Yeah.
And then when I was 23, I bought my first home in Mount Orab, and off of Robin Avenue.
No kidding.
Kroger, I was like, this is going to be a great investment.
If those walls could talk.
He would kick your ass out of the family.
Oh,
That's it, man.
I was like, this is so smart. It's going to be a great investment. Kroger's going in. I'll make hand over fist in less than 10 years and buy some land out in the country and this, that, and the other.
It didn't shake out like that?
No. Yeah, life happens, right?
Right.
So by the point in time it was ready to sell, the market was, still recovering.
Yeah.
So what I put into the house and then what I bought it for and then when I sold it for, I probably lost money. And then my wife had no desire to live out in the country.
Yeah.
She wanted to stay in town. And I wanted 5 acres. And, and
the way you grew
land.
up.
Yeah, I grew up on a 50-acre playground, man.
Right. I had good compromise on your
best
quarter
life.
acre beacon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Clearly you won that battle.
yeah. Right. But it came down to money.
Yeah.
It made more sense to build in Beacon Hill because by the time you pay for the land, by the time you do the improvements to get your driveway back, your utilities back, and then the basement, before you even start in your house, I'm out of money.
Yeah.
Right.
At that point in time, I wasn't doing real estate then. I was just a teacher, and my wife's just a social worker. So we have very low end, paying jobs at that time. So Beacon Hill, been there almost 13 years, and one of the best decisions that we've made was buying and building back there.
Right.
Yeah, you've done well in there.
It's a great community, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a nice neighborhood.
I miss the country, but you don't feel like you're in the town.
Yeah.
Out there, you feel like you're out in the country.
Now, do you guys get out and walk the streets and that sort of thing?
Not very often.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Maybe so in the summer, but not very often.
Yeah.
I'm always constantly out in the yard when it's nice enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my only thing with that neighborhood. I wish it had sidewalks.
It would be nice.
I wish it was like a roll
It
curb
would be nice
neighborhood or
if
sidewalks.
Mt Orab, I don't know, maybe there's somebody that can do something about this. It'd be nice if
you
Mt
know-
Orab could get sidewalks just from the Beacon Hill entrance
Yep.
past the library
Yeah.
to where the sidewalk begins at the old Beacon Hill entrance on Beacon Hill Drive. It'd be nice if that could happen.
Before all you new money's moved in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if you knew somebody.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Somebody on the council or something makes something
Yeah,
happen.
I got bigger fish to fry right now.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys there's a second meeting planned.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and the first meeting we had was last Tuesday. It was great. Had a good turnout.
Yeah.
Several people in the
We saw
community.
your ear.
Several council
2 hours of
members
ear.
wanted to have that at a bigger facility. We did.
I think that's
we
good.
we were all in agreement of that.
Definitely. Transparency is the only thing that's going to.
We were advised not to, and that the live stream would be sufficient. And it's obvious the general public, for the most part, was not pleased with that.
Yeah, they didn't feel the same.
No. But the amount of people that came out and that show they care about the community and they're concerned with what's going on, that is great.
So was there another point? Let me ask you this. This is a tough one. So at any point in this process, has there been another planned opportunity for the public to become more aware of this?
Not to my knowledge. And I will say, I mean, if anything was done, it was probably in a newspaper, which is not the best forms of communication. I just think there's things that have been done in the past that were, hey, this is how we do this, that we need to change a little bit as far as community involvement and letting them have a little bit more insight to what's going on.
And I mean, that's the problem is you guys as elected government officials signing a document of secrecy that, in today's world, that causes distrust.
Yeah, exactly. And that was not the intent and purpose of that at all. It was not to cause friction or distrust with the community. It was to make an informed decision that would help the community later on when we're negotiating.
Right.
And
we were surprised by it. We've heard about this anecdotally. We're not read in. We're not signed NDAs. But we've heard about this for 2.5 years or more.
I will say,
Worst kept secret going. We say that over and over, but it really was.
after the last 2 weeks, I had heard zero complaints about this or anything until a couple weeks ago.
We had gotten to the point where we just assumed that everybody around knew what was coming.
Yeah.
And then you see in the Mt Orab community pages on social, like, hey, did you guys know this was coming? And you would see little snippets of it for the last 6 months or so, and everybody was like, oh, that's going to be, the mega site's being developed or whatnot. And just give a little commentary. And everybody was like, oh, okay. Like, it wasn't a big deal. So when the thread blew up here 2 weeks ago, it was like, whoa.
And that's like, I still don't feel like I intentionally did anything wrong by signing that NDA. I will never sign another NDA before seeking legal counsel.
Right.
Now.
In hindsight, well,
I've
watching that
learned a
commissioner
little
meeting
bit.
the other day. I'm like,
I mean, that's the first NDA that I've ever signed.
Yeah.
And the next one, I'd definitely be taking steps before.
Slow down.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, hindsight's so 2020. We all learn.
It is.
We all learn. Nobody knows everything.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody knows everything. So I we'll see how it plays out.
And we have the next public meeting is coming up. The special meeting is coming up this Tuesday. It's going to be at the Mt Orab Middle School.
Yep. So we're actually recording well prior to that, but
Yeah.
we'll roll this out probably
Prior to that
Sunday
meeting.
or Monday. We'll roll this out along with Jessica's.
Yeah, so everyone needs to know it's Tuesday.
Yep.
7:00, Mt Orab Middle School in the gym. The entrance to that is in the back of the middle school, like where you're coming into the basketball games.
Okay.
If people are familiar with that.
Now, is this just more of a public hearing? Is it just the town hall? What's the purpose of it?
So the purpose of it is to
Are they
get
gonna resell
more
it back to
people.
the town?
Yeah, I wouldn't know. So because of the general concern and complaint about having it at the town hall last Tuesday and the limited seating capacity we had there, this will allow more people to participate, which we want more people there.
Yep.
We want people participating in our government.
I think it's a good move. I mean, first step for sure.
And as far as the problem is, the general public, come voice your concerns. Let us know what your concerns are. That is great. Everybody's entitled to an opinion in this country.
if you're
That's
gonna
one of
mount
the
a
greatest
challenge,
things about
time's
our
now.
country. Everyone is entitled to an opinion. Come, let us know what your concerns are. Let us know what your opinion is. Please don't treat it as a bashing session because that's not what it's for.
Well, we were
That's what
talking to
Facebook's
Jess
for.
the other day, and she said, it was kind of funny because, you're sitting outside the meeting and you've got this politician and you've got that politician and, liberals, conservatives, Republicans, Democrats, and everybody seems to be united on this topic.
Yeah.
We joked. That's how bad you have people pissed off is they're united on everything else. But
when the extreme left and the extreme right are in agreement, you're like, oh,
unfortunately,
the hornet's nest.
Unfortunately, there's not going to be a whole lot more said than what was said at the last meeting as far as information on the mega site, because of the NDAs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And we're well aware of the community, many people in the community. Now, I talk to other people in the community, and they're like, we understand that's the general process. We know how this operates and how it works. I feel bad for you, everything you're dealing with right now, this, that, and the other. And so it's nice to hear those people in the community as well. But like I said, unfortunately, not a lot more information is going to be able to be given about the mega site itself.
It would be great if representation from the holding company or DB Stew or somebody come in and say hello.
That would be awesome.
Well, not only that, but some of these decisions were made politically well above the level of Mount Orab City Council.
Yeah, I'm
sure.
So Governor DeWine.
A lot of these pieces were put in
welcome
place.
to come in.
Yeah, these data centers are going in.
Congressman Taylor, you're welcome to come in.
Especially the new guys.
Yep. I mean, they've been elected for a month and a half.
Oh my gosh, I feel sorry for them.
Yeah. How many
They're like, hey,
town
new
council
guys, sign
meetings
us
have
in
they
the
had?
2.
Right. And one of them was with everybody there blowing up about this.
Yeah. And Mount Orb's never dealt with anything like this before as far as what's going on here. So, but it's a learning curve, right? What can you do from it? You can learn from your mistakes, learn from from the public opinion, and try to make better decisions.
Pivot.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
That's what you guys.
Where do you get that at?
Just pivot.
Where do you get that
Angela
at?
came up with that. And,
Just pivot.
And it's you just run into it so often. You go, oh, just pivot. It's just what your day is going to be made up of every single day. So.
Shane, reading through some Facebook comments here, how does somebody get on the list to speak at the meeting Tuesday?
So if you want to speak at the meeting, you need to call the Mt Orab office, 937-444-4141, and get put on the list. Just call up there, and anyone that wants to speak at the meeting, you're more than welcome to, and we encourage you to do so. But you need to call up to the Mt Orab Village office prior to the meeting on Tuesday. Call no later than Monday if you're wanting to speak.
Get on the list.
Get on the list. Gotcha. Yes. Yep. And I encourage you to do so.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, you want to wrap us up?
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the Concept Pivot podcast. We enjoyed Shane coming out and showing us behind the curtain a little bit better. I think that'll certainly help the cause, no doubt.
Yep, I hope so.
As far as what you guys are dealing with, it's certainly going to help. So thanks for coming again. We're looking forward to it.
Obviously, there's things that we can't discuss and stuff like that, but the level of transparency that you've shown, kudos.
Tk you. I appreciate it. I thank you guys for even
Tuesday
thinking about this and bringing me on tonight. So I appreciate that. And Tuesday, come out and Share your concerns. Let us
Yeah.
know your opinions on things.
And if
Tuesday,
you want to
7
come back,
p.m.
you know, we're a little pressed for time today, but normally the long form, if you guys want to come back or anybody else on the council wants to come back and talk or anybody, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, and like Jessica came in and she was great
Yep.
to come in and do that. We're open to it for sure.
Cool.
Cool.
Love to.
Awesome.
All right, man.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
guys.
I appreciate it.
folks.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
folks.